What's up, guys? Farooqi Bros here. This is podcast number 25, and today we're doing a Shazam spoiler podcast. As always, I'm editor-in-chief Sheraz Farooqi, and I'm joined by my brother Zayyan.
What's up, guys?
My cousin Omer.
Hey, everyone.
And my other cousin Samir.
What's up?
So today we're going to be going through Shazam and talking about the whole movie, in full spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie yet, be sure to check it out. Definitely give us your thoughts in the comments as well. But speaking on just how we thought about it, and I'll kind of start us off. I had the chance to see the movie a couple of weeks ago, and my review for Shazam is on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's on. There's a video version on our YouTube channel as well. So if you want to hear my thoughts in full, personally speaking, you can check it from there. But I really enjoyed the film. I thought it's very joyful. It's full of heart, and it did a good job kind of meeting all the expectations. It's supposed to be a wish fulfillment of a kid who gets to be Superman, basically, and that's what Billy Batson basically gets. He gets to be a superhero, and all the trials and tribulations that come with that. And I thought the actors did a good job. I thought the story was pretty satisfactory. They did a good job. I thought the acting was nice. I think I already said that. But and there's also some other good stuff that we're gonna get into as we go along. But I know my review's kind of been out there, but before I get past you guys, I'll pass it to Zayyan and say what does he think about the movie.
Yeah, I think Shazam was great. Like Sheraz said, it was fun, full of heart. A stark difference from the usual, what you expect from a DC movie, but this seems to be the trend following Aquaman. Yeah, the cast did great. I think there were some weak points in the CGI, but overall the story was good. The acting was good. I think Shazam's costume looked really great. Those are probably my pretty quick thoughts on it. I know we'll get deeper into it later. Omer, what about you? What did you think?
It was good. I think joy is the only word that kind of comes to mind. It's very it is exactly it did exactly what we expected. The kid. It's like a kid version of Superman. I love the family element. I love the fact that when the movie got serious, they kind of stayed there a little bit, and the switching between the tones of having having the lighter tone and then sometimes going going for your heart. That was really good. I love that. And everyone just kind of killed their roles. Everybody just did really well. Zachary Levi is exactly the dude is a 15-year-old kid. He did a good job of portraying the kid version of Billy. And then Freddy is like if Sheraz was in the universe. That's what that's exactly what he is.
No, yeah, he's basically the DCEU fan. It's a little bit of a it's like you're seeing a DC fan in a DC movie, which I thought was a very interesting job. Yeah. Yeah.
The only shirt that I was kind of missing was the shirt with Aquatus on it.
If you wore that shirt, imagine.
The look that would be kind of lit. But yeah, he had all the shirts. The only thing I would say that I kind of felt could have made the movie a little bit better than it already is the score. I feel like the score just didn't.
Yeah, I noticed that this movie used more real songs, kind of like Suicide Squad did.
Yeah.
Where it relied on actual music, contemporary music, to kind of fill in the gaps. There was a little bit of a score, especially in the third act, when they all kind of became the heroes they needed to be.
And it's tough to do it. Superman's score. You can work off things with other characters because it's characters you're introducing this character to the general audience. It's tough for tough for us. It hasn't been done before. Also, so it's tough to actually make a new.
Yeah, personally, I thought Aquaman actually did a better job with the score, especially with Aquaman's main themes. I agree as well. But
Aquaman resonated. I think it resonates. It just, I don't know. The theme didn't resonate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was very much in the vein of John Williams. There was a little bit of Shirley Walker in there. It was very much the trumpets and the flutes and all that. Kind of
going for it too. I think that's what.
Yeah, definitely.
The older like
Classic.
the Superman movies that came out before, like those. That's the kind of like, and I think that's what it is. Like I think with all the different like types of superhero films that are coming out now, and there's a variety. This is kind of like within 2019. This is like the 2019 version of Superman, like the older Superman movies. Like he kind of like bridged it together.
Yeah.
And then there's some cool references and stuff like to Superman. And
yeah, definitely.
I thought it was pretty good. No, I thought it was alright. It was wholesome. It was funny. It was great acting, great costumes. And the Seven Deadly Sins were great, but it was, I don't know, I felt it was kind of boring at some parts of the film. I mean, I like the family aspect and the whole message behind it, but I put this one above Captain Marvel.
All right, so not bad, and let's kind of like
low key. I kind of agree with that. There's like points in this movie for some reason I just don't like that.
you know, I thought the opposite.
Better than the Captain Marvel jokes, which is what Marvel does. So they did.
Yeah, you know, on that topic, the jokes in this film were like, you know, actually natural and funny, you know?
I thought they were naturally
And
funny.
when the movie had to be sincere, you know, like in the scene where he meets his mom again and she rejects him, like, there was no joke. It was a serious moment.
I think it did a better job with jokes than Aquaman did. It did a better job with jokes than Aquaman. I think Aquaman, especially in the second act, like when Mera was eating the flower or the Pitbull song.
Aquaman was that it was all contained in one moment.
No, it was the whole first and second act.
Not really. First act wasn't that much.
The jokes were more
really. They're like throwing it at you the second.
They were
act.
MCU jokes in Aquaman. The way MCU does jokes, that's what Aquaman was doing jokes. Shazam does more organic jokes, which is like things just happening with the characters. I thought it's kind of like what Spider-Man: Homecoming did. It's like closer to that, which is like situational humor instead of pun humor. Whereas, let's say a good example of pun humor would be like Ant-Man, yeah. So, which is funny because this movie is probably gonna make Ant-Man money, but it's very similar. It's very similar in terms of the budget, in terms of what they're going for. In fact, this movie actually made me appreciate Ant-Man more a little bit, but we can talk about it later. But
yeah, Ant-Man, look, listen, Ant-Man 1 is good.
I said that, but all right. So let's keep talking about Shazam. Let's stay on topic. I know we're getting off topic, but we can stay on it. Let's talk about kind of like how it sits in the DCEU. Like a lot of people, especially after Justice League.
Yeah, it's not better than Aquaman. I just want to say that right out. Like,
we'll do our rankings in the end and discuss that in full.
They could have honestly. I wanted them to like go more deeper into like they had the stuff they put, like the foster home stuff that they actually like put on blast. That stuff was great. I just felt like you could have done more of that. Like you could have done.
I feel like on that there was so many things to introduce to like the general public that there wasn't time to put all this stuff in. I feel like that kind of stuff they'll really dive into it in like the next movie.
I think with this film, like in particular, and the kind of topic I want to talk about was that kind of like how it sits in the DCEU, not in terms of ranking, but in terms of, you know, after Justice League came out, a lot of people, you know, course correction, and you heard words like reboots, and as we know, the universe is very different now than it was back in the day. Like, we don't know what Batman's situation is. A lot of things are different, but at the same time, there are some find-throughs. Where this movie is very much, it lets you know right away, like, this is the world where Man of Steel happened, and Batman v Superman happened. There's posters in Freddy's room that talked about Justice League, that Superman came back from the dead, and things like that. So it's like, it's very much in the world, you know? And a lot of people sometimes think, oh yeah, is this canon or not, you know? But Shazam made it right away clear that, no, this is a DCEU film. Like, this takes place in the world that started with Man of Steel, right? So let's talk about some more favorite cameos and our favorite little moments, like callbacks. And I know this is going to lead into the big one because there's only one big cameo moment that obviously it's controversial. So let's kind of discuss it. And when we went to see it, the second Superman walked in, even though it was no head Superman, people were like gasping and going crazy in the audience. Like they didn't see it coming.
Superman, and because they put the John Williams theme and everything, so it was kind of like for us, we could talk about like for us. Yeah. Yeah, of course, it was like kind of lit. Like when he kind of walked in, it was kind of litty. But at the same time, I think as fans, like we have the right to kind of wonder, like, or not wonder, but like kind of like I'm frustrated that they didn't just fix the whole contract issue and just figure out how to get him.
So I actually have the best part is I actually have a little story on that, which I just broke today on Inverse.com, where they interviewed David Sandberg and they talked about that final sequence and kind of the math behind it and what was going on. So here's what David Sandberg said. He said that originally in the script, the plan was for Superman to show up the same way, like he would have shown up at the end of the movie, and it would have been Henry Cavill, and Henry would have sat down and talked to Shazam and to Freddy, like, and actually have like a sincere moment, and actually tell him that, oh yeah, like, yeah, you know, you're a good hero or whatever, you're doing a great job, and things like that, right? Something very small, but it would have been more sincere. Obviously, the Henry Cavill situation, which David Sandberg himself said that it wasn't to do with his contract, more it was to do with his schedule, because he was working on The Witcher and starting to get Witcher stuff going, and he just wasn't available. And in that case, the person who walked in, that body was not Henry Cavill's body, it was actually Zachary Levi's stunt double. So Zachary's stunt double was the person who put on the costume and did the walk-in. And originally there was a lot of like options being thrown out there, but David was very like strict that, you know, if it's not Henry Cavill, then, you know, we can't put anyone else's voice or anything. It has to be then just no head, because he respects the universe, you know?
Yeah.
So he in the end let Zach.
It's like both ways. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Superman, and we haven't seen what feels like, because of Justice League, it seems like we haven't really seen Superman for a long time. So
Yeah.
You know, it was cool to see that. It was a cool moment.
And you know, they were kind of building up to it because they were talking about, oh yeah, like Superman was mentioned a lot in the film. Like I think the word Superman was said, like, I feel like every 10 minutes. Like someone was saying the word Superman, you know? And he's very much in like the nexus point of this film, like how they discussed him and the dialogue around him. And
like I hope like the next one, the sequel at least, like I don't know, they tried to set up something with some caterpillar or some shit, but like whatever. But
who is that? I don't know.
Mr. Mind, dude.
It's Mr. Mind, man. Mr. Mind.
He's like a villain.
whatever,
He's like
man.
a big villain.
Like Black Adam, like let me have
they
Black
showed
Adam.
Black Adam, though.
They showed The Rock for like 2 seconds, like a CGI version.
Yeah.
That was kind of lit too. I mean, looked like a weirdo. Anyways.
You know, I think their plan is definitely, according to Peter Safran, the producer, and stuff like that. I don't think Shazam 2 is gonna have Black Adam.
Well, when's Black Adam stage?
They said they're gonna
slated?
start shooting it next year, maybe for 2021 release. And
So
Black
when
Adam
do
is
we
gonna
get
come
Shazam
out.
2 before.
I think
Black
they
Adam?
want to get. They said the Shazam 2 has to come out fast because the kids are so young. They kind of want to do a Harry Potter approach because the kids are so young right now and they're gonna grow up fast. And especially people like Asher Angel and Freddie Freeman. As every year passes, they're gonna get older and older, and suddenly it's gonna be like Harry and Ron and Hermione between 2 and 3, you know, and in 2 and 3 in Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets, they all look like kids, and then in Prisoner of Azkaban, you can tell they got older, and then as every film goes, they get older and older. For Shazam, you can't wait like every 3 years to make a movie. You got to keep making them fast. So I think they're gonna definitely greenlight and push a Shazam 2 faster than we think.
That's fine. Give me Black Adam, Superman.
I think Black Adam, yeah, that movie's gonna be a solo movie. They say it's gonna be really good. I think they're gonna push to a rated R, or at least try to get it as dark as possible. So they're gonna say it's a nice balance of tones. And when they do eventually meet,
I don't think it's gonna be rated R.
well, you know, his story is more darker, you know, because it's like it takes place in the past, in ancient Egypt, and kind of like what he goes through, and kind of he's a tragic figure in a sense. So there's a lot that goes into that. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Any other big moments you like? And I'm talking more. So, Zayyan, why don't you tell one of your favorite moments?
Well, I mean, the Shazam family moment was awesome. I think and we were all familiar with Jeff Johns' run, and we knew this was going to be in the film, obviously, since it's heavily inspired by it. But seeing that moment was really great. All the costumes are great. I think that was one of my favorite top moments.
What about you, Omer? What's your top moment in the film?
Moment?
Yeah, your favorite moment in the movie.
No, not taking Superman walking.
Loki, that's Feraz Street.
Actually, it's not.
My favorite moment is probably when they're fighting in the city, like when they're just they you know, when Shazam and freaking
Savannah.
Savannah they're fighting in the city.
Loki would have been a good Lex Luthor, actually.
Let's not start a debate that we don't want.
You gotta get the shields on.
Yeah, let's not start a debate for no reason. Although Loki would have been actually a good Lex. But anyways, that's paradoxical.
So that was your favorite scene, like the nighttime fight. You mean the scene where everyone made a controversy out of?
The nighttime fight. It reminded me of like Superman and Zod like fighting, but like a very funny version of that.
Yeah, like when they're very far away, talking to each other, and
that was lit.
Yeah,
that
couldn't hear Savannah.
Yeah,
the trailers, but that was hilarious.
Yeah, I was actually laughing at that. I think it was actually little organic jokes, like of course, yeah, if you're standing that far away, of course you can hear each other, but and also the whole controversy over did the John Williams theme humming, and obviously that didn't happen with the action figures. But then later they played the theme.
They did something far worse.
No, he did not hum any theme.
Yeah, he hummed it.
Okay.
He hummed it.
All right, just stop talking.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. We all knew he didn't.
They played it.
He didn't. They played it at the end when he walked in.
Yeah, only if Superman walked in, but the kid didn't hum anything. He was actually zero. It was mute.
Yeah, the kid didn't hum it. He was actually Loki. He was just making like
he was humming something.
No, he was like
No,
pew pew.
He hummed something.
Okay, we all just saw it today, and everyone knows it's confirmed.
They forgot.
It's confirmed. Every time we've done the movie, we already knew this.
They hummed something.
All right, they just said it was cut for the trailer only. It's already confirmed. You're misinforming the audience. But
when he walked in, they played it, and
they played a light version of it. Yeah,
I mean, it was stupid. In my opinion, it's dumb to do it, but I mean that's the way they're going. So
I got a question.
Got a question. Samir got a question.
I got a question about the movie.
What's your question about the movie?
You know in the post-credit scene when the Savannah's writing shit on the wall?
Yeah.
Can't he just write the same symbols 7 times and walk through the door?
And just pull up?
Well, he doesn't have the eye anymore.
Yeah, but he didn't
have the eye in the first part too either.
Look, it's a good point. Why did the calibrator keep...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That plot hole?
That's a big plot hole.
Well, maybe he was trying to open it, but the door is closed now because Shazam takes place.
Because the staff is broken, I don't know.
Yeah, and he's in the lair now. Shazam takes care of the lair.
Yeah, but the symbol is still the same.
Yeah, but the door's not going to open anymore.
Maybe they changed the lock.
And Mr. Mind is there now.
Went to new locksmith, right?
Listen, Mr. Mind, a.k.a. the Caterpillar, is still there now. He's going to take care of business.
That was so stupid, bro. I was in the... It's still stupid.
It's the Red Skull moment all over.
It was actually kind of funny, but
Dude, they're gonna make the Monster Society of Evil. Get ready for that. That's Shazam too.
Well, yeah. So the caterpillar, for the audience who doesn't know, he's like a master genius in a caterpillar's like it's like an alien, and he creates a supervillain society, and Dr. Savannah's part of it. But I don't think they're gonna do that. But I think they're obviously.
How would you show them and not do that?
I don't know. Maybe
what are they gonna do in the next movie?
Maybe they have some plans. Shazam has multiple villains.
Shazam is gonna step on the caterpillar.
All right, yeah, but okay. So, Samir, what's your favorite favorite moment in the film?
What's your favorite movie?
What's your favorite moment in the film, Samir?
Let me think.
Because I didn't tell you my favorite moment. My favorite moment was kind
actually
of
my favorite moment.
No, I'm playing my favorite not because Zan's gonna take my favorite moment. Too bad. My favorite moment. Actually, Samir, forget it.
Wait, my favorite.
Right, shut up.
I was saying Superman. I swear to God,
you had a chance. You chose to be generic with your Shazam family. I'm saying
my favorite moment was different.
All right, first let Samir go.
My favorite moment was serious.
All right, let Samir go.
My favorite moment at the end when they're all sitting at the table and he's like, "Oh, put your hand in," or whatever.
That's kind of lit.
That's a good family moment.
Oh, it's a warm family moment. This is very like Home Alone,
It was very wholesome.
It was like wholesome family content.
Did you guys see Home Alone? Home Alone. It's very similar to that. Like in the end, like nice music.
Samir's life is Home Alone.
I'm not good.
All right, wait. All right, my favorite moment. There's 2 moments. I actually really like.
You have one moment.
Fine. My real moment is when obviously he meets his mom for the first time.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that.
When he meets his mom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna freaking slap somebody.
That was mine. He stole from me right now.
No, that was the latest. That was the most serious moment in the film. It was really, really good because that's the whole movie. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for his mom from the beginning, and finally he meets her, and she's like, like a drug addict or something. I don't know.
But yeah, the best part was when he handed her the cup, and she's like, "What is it?"
Yeah, that was kind of.
That was good.
I was like, bro. I was shook actually.
That was my favorite scene too.
Dude, I felt a tear, dude.
I think low-key when he jumps off the building and says Shazam, that's probably the 6th moment.
It's sicker because of context.
It's so good. Like, in context, it's so good. As soon as he was like it's time, I gotta go back to my real family, and I knew it. I knew this guy was about to do the thing that like we saw in the trailers and everything.
Yeah, he did like his.
That moment is probably the best in the whole.
Yeah, I think that was like the iconic movie where he finally felt. Remember when he became a hero, he became arrogant and he became selfish, and he kind of lost his way.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after he found his mom. Because remember when I think when the kid the kid, I forgot his name already, but he tells Billy that, oh, I found your mom, right?
Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene. When Eugene tells me he found his mom, like he runs away as fast as he doesn't talk to his foster family. He runs away to get it to come to his mom. And when he finds out his mom moved on and doesn't really care about him, and she purposely abandoned him and all that, then he felt like I gotta go to my real family, and he found Savannah has him. So then he went to that. He was like in angry mode. It was like the one time he was like actually serious. And then I have a secondary funny moment, which is when, remember we talked about John Williams' theme, but they actually played the Hans Zimmer Batman theme for a second.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
And that was actually pretty good. That was a good touch, you know, Hans Zimmer,
That was
Junkie
really
excels. When Freddy throws the batarang, they do the exact Batman theme, you know, the Ben Affleck theme. They straight up play it. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yeah, we didn't catch it.
It was when they're in like the Cave of Eternity or whatever.
Yeah.
He throws it to Savannah's head.
Yeah,
Like,
we know
like
when.
they blast the.
They literally blast the Junkie Excel score.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't remember that.
It was like, you know, whatever. It was.
Like,
They played Men Are Still Good.
That's what I was wondering. What the heck? That's what I was wondering in the theater. I was like, what the heck? I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah, it was literally Men Are Still Good.
And we didn't, like, I didn't catch it when I was actually in it. Like, I just realized right now what that was.
Yeah, so in that sense, you know,
I
like,
was wondering, like, what the heck? Keep talking.
I was like, oh my
I
heck.
don't know.
no, but okay. So we talked about those moments. Obviously, there was smaller moments like he was wearing an Aquaman T-shirt. The second post credit scene was all Aquaman. He wore like a Wonder Woman T-shirt at one point. So you know they were very much embedded in that universe, like I just said, you know. And there actually was a split second when they showed Henry Cavill's face. It was on the newspaper clipping when he was like, "Oh yeah, like Superman." It was like it was in Freddy's drawer. That was Henry's face.
Probably your favorite.
Actually, Omer, I just told you my favorite moment. It was the moment with the mom. So
Yeah, but you just said that as a cover, and then you just slightly mentioned that Henry Cavill's face showed up. His face showed up in the movie, dudes.
all right, so first step.
Shout out to our boy Henry Cavill, bro. This guy is
Dude, his facial
freaking
wasn't on his
sideways.
body.
Smear, you hate to see it. Okay, so but yeah, I think you know this movie, the Henry Cavill situation. Obviously, the very general audience they don't really know or even care.
But let's talk about it. It doesn't matter.
I thought if the scene wasn't there, the movie probably wouldn't be better.
I feel like it doesn't matter either way. Who cares? Like we all wanted Cavill to be there.
No, but
obviously,
the general audience didn't really care.
And let's talk about the suit.
Wait, the Superman suit is different. Okay, we all know this, and I'm gonna text it to your phone so you guys can see it.
Fit the guy.
Low key, it was kind of lit.
All right, let me
It
text
was
you.
good.
Let me text you. Let me
It
text
was
you.
like a
It was
hybrid.
good. It was different, but it was good. It was
It was
darker.
a hybrid of like Rebirth and Snyder's suit, because he had like the red lines on the side and everything,
I appreciate the red lines. Here, I text you guys the
and
costume.
the yellow is much more like defined.
No, what I like about the costume is that it wasn't the Justice League suit in the sense that it wasn't teal. You know, like it wasn't like bright blue. Like the shade was still
Yeah,
dark.
there wasn't like a shine under.
Here, I
it.
texted you guys. The suit.
Yeah, the yellow's a little too much.
Yeah, they put them classic, but it's kind of what I would expect if they made a Superman movie.
You know,
If
I
they
didn't think the yellow was that bad.
if they announced the Superman movie, I feel like this is the kind of suit he would wear. Like personally speaking, I think this is like the best mix because the red belt on the side gives it like more accent. And then I thought that was the best part. I like the red belt. The symbol's basically the same, but they traded in for kind of some of the whiter gold for more pure yellow.
They're more like matte. You know.
Yeah, but overall, it's still his costume. Like it's the DCEU costume. It's just slightly upgraded, and people who are gonna complain that why did his suit change? Well, his suit changed in every freaking movie. His Man of Steel suit was different.
I mean,
His
to
Batman.
be honest, it's not like one's better than the other. Obviously,
He's never worn the same suit
Well,
twice.
I mean,
not he.
The BVS suit is like
The
best.
BVS suit is the best, but
obviously. But I'm saying, yeah, it is. It is. Everyone knows, but yes, it is. Fool. But for a solo, honestly, even the brighter suit for the solo. I mean, because it's not the same vision anymore. So
yeah.
like if you were to do the brighter, like the bright Superman suit, and if they're gonna make the solo, I think we're like, if this guy comes back, they're gonna make a solo that's very like light, like very.
Yeah, you know, they're gonna make a crowd pleaser, which I'm saying this is why J.J. Abrams has to come back, because J.J. is the perfect director to kind of just handle it. You know, like he'll make it very satisfactory. No, they're not. Like, he's gonna make literally Force Awakens, which is exactly what you need for Superman. Safe.
Force Awakens tone would be
how can you do a
amazing.
Force Awakens for Superman? Tell me.
Because it's just tone, meaning it'll be very just hopeful and genuine, you know, and like
Force Awakens,
he works within the
Force
thing.
Awakens was only held up by nostalgia, nothing else.
No. Yeah,
It's
no. Actually, it wasn't. It actually wasn't. It actually has a specific tone to it, which is actually much better than Last Jedi. I lie. But it was actually very like it feels like a Star Wars movie. It feels like a Star Wars movie, you know. And he would do the same with Superman. He would make it feel like he would work within the vision, because J.J. Abrams and Zack Snyder are best friends. If you guys didn't know that, and he's working with freaking Chris Terrio. If he brings Chris Terrio with him, I have no doubts that he'd make a very good Superman movie. No doubts. But that's beyond the point.
Bro, what do you mean respecting the vision? There is no more vision.
No, but he is Zack's friend. Like, he's one of Zack's best friends.
I mean, but it's not like it's not like it's gonna pick up after Justice League.
No, but JJ right now is in the middle of a huge deal with either Warner Bros. Or Disney. Both are trying to buy him out, because after Episode 9 of Star Wars, he's a free agent. He has no more contracts.
Yeah, well, Warner Bros. Better buy him out.
If Warner Bros. Buys him out and gives him a huge contract, it comes with do whatever you want. They're not gonna tell JJ go into the vision. You know, they're gonna tell him you're freaking JJ Abrams. You're
which
one of the
is
best
what
directors.
MCU does.
Yeah, but they're gonna tell JJ whatever you want, which means they're also gonna offer him if you want to recast Cameos.
Doesn't mean he's gonna do a Superman movie. Fool. What if he doesn't? He knows.
What if he does Green Lantern?
I would agree, but remember, JJ Abrams was already hired by W to do Superman. It just didn't work out. He did Superman Flyby. He wrote the whole script. It was gonna shoot. Obviously, that script was kind of insane, and if you guys, obviously, I told you guys about it. It's actually kind of shit. But if he has a better, if he has a better script writer, like, he's a good director. He needs a good writer. Now, Chris Terrio is already writing with him. Bring Chris Terrio plus JJ. That's a.
Which means Star Wars 9 is probably gonna be the best one ever.
I've been saying Star Wars 9 is gonna be kind of lit, but
yo, Anakin should pull up.
He's already working with Disney. He's gonna stay with Disney.
No, he might not stay with Disney, because Disney's gonna make him work within, like.
But he's already under Disney, so he knows how the
Disney
structure is.
Disney offered him a huge deal.
You know they're gonna offer him big bucks.
Remember, they're trying to buy production companies. Production was a bad robot. They're trying to buy that production company. If whoever buys them, then it's obviously give them a huge deal. If DC buys them, they're gonna be like, "Hey, JJ, just do any DC movie you want, open palette." And JJ already tried to do a Superman movie. It didn't work out.
He will, because like, what will he do in Marvel? You know, like, what will they give?
Not Marvel, but they would give him. Maybe they'll give him a future Star Wars, or they'll give him do his own movies, like his single movies, which W's better for. But we're once again digressing into Superman when we should be staying on Shazam. Let's give a score out of 5. Obviously, people already know my score since I put it in my review, but you guys can give me your scores. Zayyan, what score do you give Shazam out of 5?
I think it's a straight 4 out of 5. 8 out of 10.
All right, Omer, score Shazam out of 5.
Yeah, it's 3.7. I don't know.
Just
like something like
so
probably
7.5 out of 10, basically. 3.75.
Yeah.
Okay, Samir, what do you give Shazam?
Same as Omer.
Same as Omer? All right, so and I gave it 4 out of 5 on my review. So now
let's talk about our rankings.
Now, remember, 2 of us gave it 4 out of 5, and 2 of us gave it 3.5 out of 5. If you guys mess up your rankings, I'm gonna call you out on that 3.5. So everybody rank their DCEU now. So
I'm re-ranking, so there's no way to call me out.
All right, so let's
All right, I'll start then.
All right, Zayyan, re-rank the DC extended universe.
So you have BVS way at the top, like miles away, you know, and then
5 out of 5.
and then you drop down to earth a little bit, and you get Man of Steel. It's all right, and then you get a little more into the ground. You get Aquaman. That's 3, personally. Then you get a little lower, Wonder Woman. Then Shazam is at, what are we at, 5th? Yeah, Shazam's 5th. And that doesn't mean Shazam is bad. I feel like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, they're in their own special category. You know? They're all great. And then after that, you obviously get a huge drop. Then you get Suicide Squad. And then in like the center of the earth, you have Justice League.
All right. Omer, what's your ranking?
My ranking is exactly exact.
Well, just say it then. How about that? So
I'm trying to hear you say it so I know you remember.
It's not. All right. Batman v Superman and Man of Steel.
So what? One has to be 1, one has to be 2.
Yeah, Batman v Superman's obviously number 1, fool.
All right.
And
he's saying they're their own like category.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're close. They're close to each other, but Batman v Superman is just a little bit better.
All right. Now it gets tough. 1 and 2 is easy for everyone.
This is where I meant by re-ranking. Wonder Woman to me is better than Aquaman, and it's better by a mile.
I've been
It's not,
saying.
like the visuals for
I've
me.
been
I'm sorry,
saying.
like
Hell no.
I've been saying it's just a better movie.
No.
yeah,
It's better
Wonder Woman's
crafted.
better than Aquaman. 100%
The second act of Wonder Woman and Aquaman are both the lowest points.
No, but the second act of Wonder Woman is so much
the
better than
second act of
of
Wonder Woman, the second time I was watching it, I almost fell asleep.
No, yeah.
Actually,
All right,
I
let's
started getting so
let's
tired.
let's Aquaman. Let's pause this
Oh,
scene
no.
and get through it.
Aquaman, I started falling asleep during the Vulko scenes the second time also. I'm not gonna lie. But at least
I fell asleep.
At least it
At
kept
the
me a
part
little
where
more
the-
awake.
At the part where the freaking window hits the thing. You know when the movie where the movie starts off?
No.
Yeah. That's where I
What?
fell
No,
asleep.
wait, listen.
What movie are you talking
There's
about?
nothing in Wonder Woman that's the equivalent of like the guy putting his face in the toilet or the rose eating or like they remember Wonder Woman also had the fish out of water complex where she doesn't know what man's world is and she's like
No,
running
the
around
whole-
and
the
stuff like
whole
that.
thing of
Hey,
her
let me
at,
speak.
like that Parliament place, and they're talking about the politics. Like,
That's-
I almost fell asleep.
That's better than
I almost fell
that's
asleep.
better than
No.
Pitbull.
Aquaman had like Indiana Jones type, adventure.
Indiana Jones is
And,
whack.
they're getting like the whatever it was.
He said Indiana Jones.
Like Wonder Woman and this
bro.
in Wonder Woman in those scenes, the color palette was like black and white.
Are you crazy? It was Ray Snyder. Now
No, Snyder has deep colors.
it was very Man of Steel.
There you go.
All right,
So muted.
all right. Omer, do your ranking still. You said
It's like great.
all right before we
Alright,
I ain't trying to watch.
Maniac.
shut up.
Like great.
If I want to watch Concrete, I'll watch Captain Marvel.
All right, quick, Omer, tell your ranking.
Alright, Bibis, Moss.
Shut up.
What's wrong with you?
All right, talking real.
All right, Wonder Woman third.
I Wonder Woman third. And to me, Aquaman's third act is better than anything in Shazam, but Shazam's the better film. As a film, like from start to finish,
But
all three acts are good.
Okay, so what's the
To
ranking?
me, Aquaman, the first act is okay, the second act is mega shit, and the third act is insanely great. So it's like a weird, like these two are like to me a tie. Like either a tie or if you ask me which one's a better film, I'm gonna say Shazam's a better film.
So
But
meaning,
Aquaman's third
so
act was better than anything in Shazam.
in terms of let's move to numbers. If Shazam was 3.5, does that mean Aquaman's also 3.5?
You know what? Aquaman is 3.5
So they're the same score.
and Shazam is 3.75. It's a little bit better just because as a film, like it's one way. But the third act, when he gets to try everything after he gets to try it, is mega better, like better in every sense.
So then,
So it's weird. I don't know. It's a tie. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5 each actually.
all right, so, but one has to go higher than the other in the ranking.
He said Shazam is higher.
You know
Shazam
what?
is higher by
I give it to Aquaman just because the third act. All right.
All right, so Aquaman then Shazam. So both you and Zayyan both
But you're
put Shazam
saying,
fifth.
you're saying Shazam overall is better than Aquaman, just that the third act of Aquaman is better than Shazam.
It's the same thing as.
So why would you say then shouldn't Shazam
Omer,
be better than
Omer
Aquaman?
has like a Revenge of the Sith complex where it's like the third act of Revenge of the Sith is so much better.
That's different. Third act of Revenge of the Sith is better than every Star Wars movie completely.
Yeah, but the first act of Revenge of the Sith is garbage. So
It's still better than most films. Most Star
it's
Wars.
similar. Aquaman and Revenge of the Sith are
dude,
similar.
actually, yo, bro, Revenge of the Sith. Even the first and second act, yeah, it gets boring at point,
No,
but it's still
I think
better.
the
than all
first,
others.
the second act isn't bad either. This is the first act that's bad. Second act is him talking to Palpatine, all that stuff,
All right.
like doing stuff.
So you and Zayyan both put Aquaman, both put Shazam at fifth. What's after Shazam? Suicide Squad and Justice League.
Yeah, I mean,
Obviously,
Suicide Squad, and then Jeff Johns' Justice League was great.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
dude,
All right,
Lisa
so,
Jones guy.
all right, so now Samir, do your ranking of all the DCU films.
Alright. I got Man of Steel first.
I bet.
Oh my god.
GVS,
Oh my god.
then Aquaman,
Oh
then
my-
Wonder Woman, then Shazam, then Suicide Squad. Just
Oh
So
my god.
you,
I was gonna say some stupid
the
shit right now.
only difference-
I'm
Samir
out
is
Ben
a-
Batman Superman. It's the stupidest thing ever.
Samir,
Samir is the same as my list, except he has Man of Steel first.
no, Samir's put Aquaman third. You put Aquaman third also.
Yeah, I'll put Aquaman third, then Wonder Woman, then Shazam.
So all of us put Shazam fifth.
But like I said, that doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's bad. I'm saying, but none of us put it in our top four.
I mean,
I have it interchangeable with Wonder Woman.
yeah, I agree. I think it's interchangeable with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but I have it interchangeable with Aquaman, so
Yeah, but see, yeah, Samir, Umar thinks Wonder Woman's better. All right, my turn.
it is better.
All right, my turn.
My turn.
Why don't you go then?
All right, bet. My first is Man of Steel,
Oh my god.
What a big
Wow.
surprise.
and
Did guy.
All right, listen. Let me explain. Let me explain Man of Steel, Batman, Superman to everyone who doesn't
It's
understand.
not.
No, I don't want you to explain. Don't. You just say, oh, yeah,
There's a difference-
Superman talking
No.
about the scene where he's like,
No. There's a
like
difference.
phantom drop.
There's a difference between the favorite and the best. What's the technically best made in a pure technical sense? What's the? Shut up. In a
Don't do
pure,
it. Don't say the leadership. Say it. I swear.
I'm about to tweet that right now. All right, listen.
Just listen. I'm posting that Martha Steel right now.
No, okay, listen. In terms of
You
what's
guys remember
the
this statue?
shut up. In terms of what's the best, hey, let me talk. In terms of what's the best made movie, like technical brilliance, of course, Batman v Superman is number one. It's the best made movie.
Is it though? I felt
It is.
like
It actually is.
It is. It is technically.
It actually is
the
on a
best
technical level. Like Larry Fong, Chris Terrio, Zack Snyder, Hans Zimmer. That combination is completely unstoppable. But for personal reasons, personally speaking, what I like more as what I enjoy more watching, I think Man of Steel is more watchable as a movie, and especially it's more watchable in terms in a very generic setting. Like you can watch Man of Steel, but you can't put on Batman Superman in the background or anything. You can barely concentrate. And then so Man of Steel is number one. Number two is Batman v Superman. Now I agree with all you guys. Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman are all three the same. They're all
the new wave of
they're,
DC.
they're the new wave of DC films that are very much like character love letters. They're just specific to that character, and all the directors do a good job. I thought James Wan, Patty Jenkins, David Sandberg, all did a good job. But I think, just to be different, I think I'll put Shazam third. Because, and I'll point out something Omer said. It's
You're just a contrarian right now.
It's about
You're
consistency.
only doing this just to be.
It's about consistency. First act, second act, third act. It's consistent. It's not one act is very bad. All the acts are good. Unlike other films like Aquaman, where the second act is really bad, or Wonder Woman, which Wonder Woman's pretty even too actually.
No,
but
the second act
Wonder
is
Woman, the second act's a little lacking. But
the second they enter London.
then again, the
it
second
gets
act has No Man's Land, which is the best scene in the movie. So it's not that bad.
Wait, that's the end of the scene.
Not really. That's the whole second act. The whole third act is only the airport
whole
scene.
second act is her in London and doing the Parliament and talking to Remus.
That's low-key the first act.
No, the first act ends the second she leaves Themyscira.
No way, Jose. Because
then the second act's too long. Your second act's this long in the movie.
yeah, your second act is too long.
Your second 1 hour and a half movie is the second act.
Alright, so when does the second act start?
Second act starts the second they say, "Oh, we have to go in the war now. Let's leave."
When is it?
And it the second
When
act.
is it?
Shut up. The second act starts when all
Shut
the people are sitting in the campfire about to leave. The group is settled.
Shut up. When does it end?
And it ends after the whole No Man's Land battle and everyone's cheering for Wonder Woman.
Okay, that's 15 minutes.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that whole thing is just 15 minutes. That's what it is.
Okay. In the middle, they have all the bar talk in the middle. Then they have the dancing when Steve Trevor and Diana. Steve Trevor and Diana's dancing in town. That all happen in the second act. Okay. Then of course when everyone's cheering for her, when she saves from the clock tower and everything, all that's the second act. Then when they're going to the party to get Ares, where Ares is the going party, that's the third act. Yeah,
that's a long third act.
Batman Superman has the longest third act in history. That's the same thing.
What are you talking about? Batman Superman's a 5-act film. It's not a 3-act film.
I know it's 5-act film, but things like Shazam are very obviously 3-act films, and so is Aquaman very obviously 3-act films.
Yeah, but dude, Wonder Woman's any act is better than any act of Shazam. I don't care what anyone says.
That's so wrong that I almost want to slap you across the face.
I'm gonna slap you to the screen.
Her walking around London like a innocent child was better than a lot of Shazam.
That's exactly what Aquaman did with Mara, but much less subtle.
Yeah, it was more stupid.
Listen, Omer, let me tell you something. I almost fell asleep to that.
No, Wonder Woman actually is a good movie, and
it's a good movie.
Wonder Woman low-key is.
I said Wonder Woman's good. It's very much in the Snyder era.
4 out of 5 obviously is good.
Okay, so
but that 1 out of 5
I didn't
that
finish.
it didn't get. That's what
I
I'm
didn't finish my freaking ranking.
That's because that's because you don't stop talking.
All right, Batman, Superman, Man of Steel, Shazam, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Suicide Squad, Justice League.
Release the haircut.
Justice League.
Justice League.
Release the freaking air cut right now.
I've been saying.
Never forget, Joss Whedon saw the Snyder cut.
He's the only one who did.
Joss Whedon, Jeff Johns saw the Snyder cut.
Oh, no.
And Feige. I'm telling you, Feige saw the Snyder cut.
Feige didn't see Snyder Cut. We can't be...
Listen, Feige and Jeff are best friends.
Okay, are we trying to be conspiracy theorists now?
Dude,
listen, they both love hats.
Freaking
Endgame
are
why does Kevin Feige like hats?
Feige's a billionaire. He loves wearing hats just like Jeff Johns.
10 years. That's not.
Samir, why does Kevin Feige like wearing hats?
Because Jeff Johns is his son.
Alright, chill.
Yo, release the Justice League. Justice League.
All right. Just to make it clear,
It's not
we're
bad.
just playing around, and like we're not part of that conspiracy theory that there's a big snake in the fandom or in the industry.
There's no snake in a seat wearing a hat.
There's no snake in a hat. Okay.
Release Knocket.
I guess that's the next best thing, And okay, so is there anything left to talk about for Shazam?
I said the way they shot, like, from his chest and everything, it did look like Henry Cavill.
I said they did the best job. Like Sandberg did the best job he could, knowing he couldn't get him. Remember, Sandberg said he tried to get Henry, it just didn't work out schedule wise. So
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
that's what I'm saying. But
obviously Henry wanted the big bucks.
Yeah, everybody knows this freaking contract issue is the problem.
obviously, but so they had to make it work, and obviously they did a good job. Like he walked in, chest shot, and then he did a full turnaround. So you saw the full bodysuit, and you saw Shazam and Freddy both going crazy, like, oh, and then all the students are getting up because remember those two bullies who are bullying Freddy, they're like, oh, who are you gonna bring tomorrow? Superman, like they made a joke, like it was like a preset joke, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then they paid it off, and then Freddy deserved it because all the family came, like we set up. The DCEU cannot be dead if if 5 out of 7, which means, I mean, do the math, 5 out of 7 is what, 70%?
It's not dead, all right? What's dead is...
The Vision, we all knew that. That's obvious.
Yeah, that's it. The Snyder Vision
But
is
the
dead.
franchise is not dead. In fact, it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, the franchise is fine, dude. The franchise is fine. The second it'll die is probably when the new guy for Batman's cast is pretty much dead. Because you're not getting any more Justice League movies, and you're going to get a bunch of solo movies, a lot like Shazam. We're going to have the same conversation a million times about how, yeah, movies like 7.5 out of 10 or 8 out of 10.
No,
As
but
itself,
but
it's a good
we're-
movie. But the
but-
universe is kind of dead because there is, like, they're not building towards anything. There is no Avengers type thing anymore.
that's true.
So in a sense, yeah, the solo movies that make up the universe, they're gonna be 8 out of 10, 7, 6. We're gonna keep it to that level. We're probably never gonna get anything like 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 like Batman, Superman, and Man of Steel. But the universe is not building towards anything, and that renders it for me.
No, I think the Batman films will be better than Man of Steel, and could maybe be
Yeah,
better than
yeah, I don't know about that.
They might be better than Batman Superman, depending on how serious.
Yeah,
and how
but
down,
we just
how down
said
they
we
look
just
at
said it's
it.
not going to be part of the same universe.
We have to wait and see, but I don't think so.
No, if it's not part of the
He's
same
talking
universe,
about 9
no,
out of 10. 10
no.
out of 10.
Umer just said there'll be no movies, but Joker's come out this year, which is going to be a 9 out of 10 movie.
It's gonna be a 10 out of 10 movie.
No, Joker could be really good, but Joker's not in the universe, so it doesn't count in the discussion.
But who cares?
Meaning, Umer just said the DCU is not dead, but Joker is not in the DCEU. But we all agree Joker is could be a masterpiece. It could be.
Yeah, the Joker. I'm talking about the DCEU.
Yeah, so Matt Reeves'
is
Batman.
part of that.
Matt Reeves' Batman is not 100% part of that. We don't know. It could be out of the universe. It could be its
I
own
hope
thing.
it's out of the universe.
Part of it, even if
I
it is
hope
part of
it's
it,
out of
be
the
honest
universe.
with yourselves. Be honest with yourselves. You really think we're gonna come out of that like we did at Batman v Superman? Probably not. Probably not.
Well, you're gonna come out Endgame like that.
Yeah, Endgame's a different game because it's freaking.
Yeah, because it's the end game.
It's
I guess
an
that's it.
end game. Endgame's probably different world.
So I think I'll close this off, and I'll just say that I think personally, the franchise is still alive, it's still kicking. I think they would benefit if they would release a Snyder Cut. I don't think they will, but I think they should, and I think people should pressure it. But at the same time, I think that no one should be bullying or spoiling or messing up anything for other people. If you don't enjoy Shazam and you want to kind of stay in your own little circle, that's fine, but don't mess it up for everyone else. That's kind of like my advice to fandom. All right, but yeah, I think overall, like Zayyan said, I think out of the DCU, the top 5 are good. The top 5 are good. Like Man of Steel, Batman, Superman are masterpieces. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam are all good movies that are very specifically tailor made
And you know what's crazy?
for the characters.
Suicide Squad and Justice League would have been really good if they didn't get messed with. So really, if everything went as it should have,
This is better.
all 7 movies would have been.
Yep. If
good.
it went as it should have, this would have been a more perfect universe than the MCU. Because the MCU started off rocky. So it's like the first 7 movies of the MCU versus the first 7 movies of the DCEU. I'm going with the DCU still.
Yeah, I'm too because and the MCU is one of those weird things where
It took them time.
ever since the Russo brothers entered that world, their specific movies have been really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Endgame is probably gonna end the game, like literally. Like it's literally gonna be so good that we're gonna have a conversation after about if it's the best superhero movie ever. We're actually gonna have that conversation,
We probably will. And we're going to have it actually live.
and then we're gonna say that no, Batman Superman's better and Dark Knight's better. But anyways,
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. We have probably a few more fun surprises coming up. We got a hospital event, charity event. We're going to talk about it more soon. We got what do we got? We got
Film
a
festival.
Tribeca Film Festival. A lot of fun stuff's gonna happen there. We're gonna cover Avengers Endgame. We got a fun podcast for that. As soon as we watch it, you guys are gonna like it. And that's pretty much it. You can give us all a follow. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on Shazam. What did you think about it, and where do you think it stands on your DCEU rankings? So from myself, from Zayyan, from Omer, and from Samir, this is the Farooqi Bros. We'll see you next time. Peace out.